That's right, guys. Arsenal have just won the Community Shield. I mean, yes, we get it. It's a charity competition, but this feeling of winning, man, uh, how can you how can you downplay it? I mean, what a feeling. So yes, we've just beaten Manchester City 1-1 on penalties. I think the penalties ended 5-1. We're going to get into it, but just look at this picture and tell me if it's just a friendly. Look at the faces of these players. Look at the faces of Martinelli, Gabriel, Tavares, Jorginho. You're telling me it's just a friendly? Come on, man. Yes, it is a friendly, but winning a trophy you can never downplay, especially when you beat Manchester City. But yeah, let's just get into the game. I'm going to be honest. Before the start of the game, I was very nervous. Obviously, we know Gabriel Jesus is out injured, so it was very, the question will always be who starts up front. Now, obviously, we all thought Eddie Nketiah will start. However, Arteta took a risk and he started playing. He played Kai Havertz today. He put on Kai Havertz, Timber, and Declan Rice. All three summer signings started the game today, and we're going to get into it. But let me just say something today. We have to, just give a special shout out to these three signings today. The performance they put on today, brilliant. I think today, why he did play Kai Havertz today is just because I see why he played it, because Kai Havertz is a target man. I mean, not like an actual target. I just feel like Kai Havertz, obviously he's more taller than all our other alternatives, the likes of Trossard and Eddie Nketiah, and he gives something for Manchester City fans, defenders to worry about. Obviously, he can hold up the play and bring in the likes of Saka and Martinelli. I think that's exactly what he did today. He played really good today. That first half was such a good performance. He really should have scored a goal, especially that second chance. But let's not underestimate how much of an impact he had today. He was linking up plays so good today, really put in the work. Every time he got the ball just glued to his feet. He played really good today. Timber, man. I'm stuttering just talking about Timber. What a performance by Timber today. I have never seen. I mean, this guy's only been playing at Arsenal for 3 games, and the guy just looks like he's been playing for so many years, man. He is those type of players that you just think to yourselves, how on earth did we manage to get him for the price we're going for? I think it was at 40 million euros or something stupid like that. What a performance by Jurrien Timber today. And it just, what's so good about him is that we don't even miss Zinchenko when he's playing. That just gives you how much of an insight of how good this guy is, man. He's so good. And one thing he's better than Zinchenko is how good he is defensively. He locked up. I think he was Jack. I'm trying to look at. I think he was. I think he was locked. Yeah, Bernardo Silva. He locked up Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker, and this guy was just such a good player, man. What a performance by him today. Declan Rice came in today, looked so good as well. Of course, he couldn't finish. He didn't manage to finish the game, but he played so good today. Yeah, man. I mean, what a performance by this guy. And I think one thing that we have to talk about is how proud I am of these players, man. We've come so far. I mean, yes, I know it's just a community shield, but we went toe to toe with Manchester City today, and for so many years, every time we come up against Manchester City, we always get slapped up. But today we went toe to toe with Manchester City. We made Manchester City work for the first time in a while, and it was a really inspiring thing to see. Ramsdale, big shout out to Ramsdale today. What a performance by Ramsdale. Saliba, what a monster performance by Saliba. Absolutely locked up Haaland to the point Haaland had to get substituted off. What a performance by Haaland. Odegaard, silky as usual. Thomas Partey, Ben White, all just played so good today. And then obviously we're going to get into the subs. But yeah, man, obviously we did win, but how much can you take out of it? Obviously we know Manchester City are a bit behind in their pre-season, so you have to take that into account. Obviously, they're not revving in their, fifth gear already. But, it's a statement. It's a statement win. It shows that we can compete with Manchester City. And obviously, now we have to carry on to the league. Obviously, when you look at committees, you can't take much into it because, last season, Liverpool lost. I mean, Liverpool won the committee shield, and we all know how that went. So there's potentially a curse. But I'm so proud of the guys today. Trossard, what a performance, man, by this guy. When he came on today, looked so good, man. He's our secret weapon. And this guy definitely needs to play more. Smith Rowe, Tierney, they all play good. Unfortunately, was a bit unfortunate with that goal against from Cole Palmer. Just started slipping around. But I think he recovered, played quite well. But yeah, Trossard, man, this guy deserves so much more respect. I think we signed him for 25 million, a bargain. But look, at the end of the day, it's a trophy. And don't let any fan tell you otherwise. Celebrate these, celebrate these moments. You're not going to get much of these often, honestly. Just celebrate it. And yeah, I mean, upwards and onwards we go. Hopefully this momentum carries on to the start of the season. And because one thing I was worried about was after that Monaco performance, I was scared about playing Manchester City, and the players today just completely took that doubt away from me. But one thing I almost forgot to mention, that referee today, absolute joke. At one point I thought he had a Manchester City shirt on. This guy was giving so many fouls to Manchester City. Anything we do is a foul to them. However, anytime Manchester City do anything, they get away with it. How on earth did Rodri end that game without a single yellow card is completely beyond me. That referee was a clown. Stuart Atwood, I hope this guy never manages an Arsenal game ever again in my life. But another thing, this new additional added time, first time seeing it in the Premier League, brilliant feature. I really like it. It's going to mean teams can't time waste anymore. But yeah, guys, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time.